Welcome to this video series that looks at some essential skills for studying at university. Obviously, we can't cover everything in the course of this relatively short series, but hopefully it will at least serve as an introduction to some key skills and point you in the direction of more help should you need it. The series covers three key areas: reading and note-making, academic writing, and referencing. The final skill that we're going to look at is referencing. I've mentioned that you need to support your writing with evidence from your reading. You do this by referencing what you've read and included in your work. So at university, we build on the work of others, and you have to acknowledge this in your writing. There are a variety of reasons why we do this. If you write an essay without references, it weakens any points you make because there's no evidence to support them. By referring to other academics' work or to information from reputable sources, you are indicating that your points are based on your reading and you have not made them up without careful thought. This strengthens your arguments, making them more persuasive. For any contentious points, you can give these more weight by using several references to support them. By referring to other writers, you're placing yourself in the wider academic community. You're acknowledging the work that has gone before that has enabled you to learn and make your contribution to the academic debate in your field. Even if you thought of some ideas yourself, they are more acceptable to that community when you show that other people have thought the same. Using a style of referencing that is the norm for your discipline also shows you are engaging with the academic conventions that are part of that field. Doing this correctly gives others in your discipline, for instance your tutors, confidence in your work. Many people start with avoiding plagiarism as their main reason for referencing, but it's actually just a byproduct. The other two are a lot more important. Plagiarism is taking the work of others and passing it off as your own, even unintentionally. This can be penalised quite severely by the university, but if you always acknowledge your sources, you will not have to worry about it. So you know why you reference, but when should you? Here are the times when you'd need to include a reference in your work. If you're giving a direct quote, so the exact words of an author are reproduced. If you're paraphrasing text or ideas into your own words. You should also reference if you use data from a source, either directly in the form of a table, or if you create graphs or other visualizations from it. You also need to reference images and photographs that are not your own. So we know why and when, but now we're going to look at how you reference. You reference using a referencing system or style. These differ between disciplines, and your tutor will advise you on which style to use. They fall into two main categories. With an author date system, the author surname and year of publication are given in the text, and an alphabetical reference list is given at the end of the document. With a footnote bibliography style, a superscript number in the text refers to a footnote at the bottom of the page, and again, an alphabetical reference list or bibliography is given at the end. There follows an example of a paragraph which contains references in an author date style. So here you can see throughout the middle of this paragraph there are people's names followed by dates. These are called citations. They are there to show which parts of your argument have come from reading. Anything without a citation is considered to be the writer's own thoughts and conclusions. This is why it's important to reference the work of others so that you are not accused of plagiarism. The first one shows that the point about written languages has come from a source co-written by two authors in 1995. The next one shows that it comes from the work of an author named Zipes in 2012. This one is a little more complicated. It shows that a quotation has been written about by someone called Sorensen in 2012, and that quotation was on page 22 of the document you read. And the final short one came from Stevenson in 2008. We don't know whether these were books, articles or websites at this stage, but that information is given in the reference list later on. This is part of the same paragraph referenced using a footnote bibliography style. So here you can see that the citations are just superscript numbers. These in turn refer to the information given at the bottom of the page. Both would finish with a full reference list at the end of the document. These will be formatted slightly differently depending on the style you're using, but the important thing is that the correct information is given and that it's formatted consistently using the rules laid down by the style. Nobody remembers exactly how to do this for every type of reference, but that's okay. Our Referencing Your Work Skills Guide has all the information you will need. As long as you refer to the guidelines provided, there are templates that you can follow to make sure you're getting it right. We know that this has been a lot to take in, but more information and support is available by going to the Skills Team's website at the address shown here. Thank you, and we hope you enjoy your time at the University of Hull.